Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world that celebrates the idea of being agreeable, kind, and accommodating to everyone around us. But let me remind you, being kind is not the same as being soft. Kindness is rooted in strength and wisdom, while softness unchecked often stems from fear, insecurity, or the desire to avoid conflict. Today I challenge you to stop being soft to everyone. Kindness is often misunderstood in today's world. Many equate it with being overly accommodating, agreeable, or unwilling to challenge others, but true kindness is far deeper and more transformative than mere niceness or surface-level politeness. It is an intentional act of strength, rooted in the understanding that genuine compassion does not compromise truth, justice, or personal boundaries. True kindness is not about enabling others' comfort at the expense of what is right. It is about fostering growth, healing, and accountability while remaining compassionate. At its core, kindness is not weakness. Too often people view kindness as synonymous with softness, a passive, docile approach to dealing with others. But true kindness requires immense courage. It is not always easy to stand firm in love, to set boundaries, or to tell someone the truth they need to hear rather than what they want to hear. This form of kindness demands that we prioritize the long-term good over short-term comfort. It is not the avoidance of conflict, but the willingness to engage with others in a way that seeks resolution, growth, and understanding, even when it is uncomfortable. True kindness understands that being honest is far more compassionate than hiding behind pleasantries. Consider this: when someone is heading in the wrong direction, is it kind to silently watch them go astray for fear of offending them? Or is it kinder to confront them, even if it causes discomfort in the moment? The latter requires bravery and a deep sense of care for the other person. It requires putting their well-being above your own desire to avoid tension or maintain a facade of peace. This is the essence of kindness, an act motivated not by fear or self-interest, but by genuine concern for the other person's growth and success. Moreover, true kindness is balanced by boundaries. Without boundaries, kindness can quickly devolve into enabling. There is a fine line between helping someone and enabling them to remain in a place of dysfunction or dependence. When kindness lacks boundaries, it ceases to be kindness and becomes a disservice, both to the giver and the receiver. For example, continuously excusing someone's harmful behavior under the guise of kindness doesn't help them change. It enables them to continue hurting themselves and others. Boundaries, however, reinforce accountability. They communicate, I care about you, but I also care about myself and the values we uphold. This form of kindness fosters mutual respect and helps others grow in responsibility and self-awareness. Kindness is also deeply intertwined with empathy. To be truly kind, one must be willing to step into another person's shoes, to see the world from their perspective, and to understand their struggles, fears, and needs. This empathetic understanding allows kindness to go beyond superficial gestures and address the root of someone's pain or challenges. It's not about throwing money at a problem or offering hollow words of comfort. It's about being present, listening, and taking thoughtful action. True kindness acknowledges the complexity of human emotions and circumstances and seeks to bring light to even the darkest moments in a way that is meaningful and impactful. However, kindness also requires discernment. Not everyone who seeks your kindness has pure intentions, and not every situation calls for the same approach. There are times when kindness must take the form of tough love, when the most compassionate thing you can do is to let someone face the consequences of their actions. Shielding someone from the repercussions of their choices may feel kind in the moment, but it often robs them of the opportunity to learn and grow. Discernment helps us recognize when to offer a helping hand and when to step back and allow others to navigate their own journey. True kindness is proactive, not reactive. It is not about responding to others out of obligation or guilt, but about taking initiative to make a positive impact. This might mean standing up for someone who cannot stand up for themselves, offering encouragement to someone on the brink of giving up, or simply being a source of joy and light in someone's day. Proactive kindness is intentional and purposeful. It doesn't wait for an invitation or a perfect opportunity. It seizes moments to create change, however small or significant. It's important to recognize that true kindness benefits both the giver and the receiver. When we act in kindness, we not only uplift others, but also strengthen our own character. Kindness fosters connection, trust, and a sense of purpose. It reminds us of our shared humanity and our ability to make the world a better place, one interaction at a time. Yet this benefit should never be the primary motivation for kindness. True kindness is not transactional. It does not give with the expectation of receiving something in return. It is a selfless act born out of a genuine desire to uplift and inspire others. Ultimately, kindness is not about being liked or praised. It's about making a difference. It requires courage, wisdom, and strength to practice kindness in its truest form. It's a daily choice to rise above selfishness, fear, and apathy, and to act in a way that reflects the best of who we are. Kindness has the power to heal wounds, bridge divides, and transform lives, but only when it is rooted in truth, guided by boundaries, and expressed with integrity. True kindness is not softness. It is a powerful force for good, one that challenges us to be better while inspiring others to do the same. When you choose to always be soft with others, it can lead to a cascade of unintended consequences that affect your relationships, self-worth, and overall effectiveness in life. At first glance, being soft might seem like a positive quality, a way to maintain peace, avoid conflict, and foster harmony. However, over time, it becomes evident that this approach undermines your ability to build meaningful connections, hold others accountable, and protect your own well-being. Constant softness, devoid of firmness or boundaries, sets the stage for imbalance, disrespect, and personal dissatisfaction. One of the most significant consequences of always being soft is that it creates a dynamic where people may begin to take you for granted. When you never say no, or fail to establish clear boundaries, others may perceive you as a resource that is always available for their needs, regardless of your own. This perception can lead to exploitation, whether intentional or not. People may repeatedly lean on you for support, favors, or validation without reciprocating, leaving you feeling used and unappreciated. Over time, this dynamic can erode your self-esteem, as you begin to feel that your worth is tied solely to how much you can do for others. Furthermore, being overly soft can lead to a lack of respect from those around you. While kindness and understanding are essential qualities, they must be balanced with strength and firmness to earn genuine respect. When you are consistently soft, people may perceive you as lacking conviction or backbone. This perception can undermine your authority, whether in personal relationships, at work, or in leadership roles. People tend to respect individuals who stand firm in their principles and who are willing to address difficult issues with honesty and clarity. Without this balance, your softness may be seen as a weakness rather than a virtue. Another consequence of always being soft is that it enables destructive behaviors in others. When you avoid addressing issues or hold back from providing constructive feedback, you deny others the opportunity to learn, grow, and take responsibility for their actions. For example, if a friend or colleague consistently engages in harmful behavior and you choose to overlook it to avoid conflict, you inadvertently reinforce that behavior. This not only prevents them from facing the consequences of their actions, but also perpetuates a cycle of dysfunction. True growth often requires uncomfortable truths and accountability, and excessive softness robs others of these valuable experiences. In addition to enabling harmful behaviors, constant softness can lead to resentment, both within yourself and in your relationships. When you prioritize others' needs and desires over your own, you may begin to feel unappreciated or overlooked. Over time, this resentment can fester, damaging the very relationships you were trying to protect by being soft. Similarly, those around you may become frustrated if they perceive that you are unwilling to engage in honest dialogue or make difficult decisions. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and open communication, both of which are hindered when softness becomes the default approach. Always being soft also has a profound impact on your personal growth and fulfillment. When you consistently put others first and avoid asserting yourself, you may lose sight of your own goals, values, and priorities. This can lead to a sense of stagnation as you sacrifice your own potential in an effort to accommodate everyone else. Personal growth requires the courage to stand firm in your convictions, to set boundaries, and to pursue your purpose with determination. Excessive softness, on the other hand, keeps you in a reactive mode, constantly adjusting to others' demands rather than actively shaping your own path. Moreover, being overly soft can contribute to burnout and emotional exhaustion. When you take on too much responsibility for others' happiness and well-being, you place an unsustainable burden on yourself. Over time, this can drain your energy, leaving you feeling depleted and unable to care for yourself or others effectively. Burnout not only affects your mental and physical health, but also diminishes your ability to show up fully in your relationships and responsibilities. True compassion begins with self-care, and constant softness neglects this crucial foundation. In professional settings, always being soft can hinder your effectiveness and credibility. Whether you're managing a team, collaborating with colleagues, or negotiating with clients, there are times when difficult decisions and honest conversations are necessary. A leader who avoids confrontation or fails to hold others accountable may struggle to inspire confidence and drive results. Similarly, a team member who consistently prioritizes harmony over productivity may inadvertently compromise the group's success. Balancing empathy with assertiveness is essential for navigating complex challenges and achieving meaningful outcomes. Finally, always being soft can lead to a disconnect between your intentions and your impact. While your goal may be to maintain peace and foster positive relationships, excessive softness often has the opposite effect. By avoiding conflict, you allow small issues to escalate into larger problems. By withholding honest feedback, you deprive others of the opportunity to grow. And by prioritizing others' needs over your own, you risk losing the authenticity and balance that are essential for healthy relationships. In summary, the consequences of always being soft extend far beyond the immediate discomfort of avoiding conflict or disappointing others. Over time, this approach erodes your self-respect, damages your relationships, and hinders your ability to lead a fulfilling and purpose-driven life. True strength lies in the ability to balance kindness with firmness, compassion with accountability, and understanding with resolve. The tension between living a purpose-driven life and falling into the trap of people-pleasing is a struggle many individuals face. At first glance, people-pleasing might appear to align with the values of kindness, cooperation, and connection. However, when examined closely, it becomes clear that constantly seeking the approval of others often diverts us from our true purpose. Purpose demands clarity, conviction, and the ability to prioritize what truly matters, while people-pleasing leads to a diluted sense of self and misdirected energy. Choosing purpose over people-pleasing is not about rejecting relationships or ignoring others. It is about aligning your actions with a deeper sense of meaning and staying true to who you are. Living a purpose-driven life requires a strong connection to your core values and goals. Purpose is not a fleeting desire or a momentary ambition. It is a guiding force that shapes your decisions and actions. When you are grounded in your purpose, you are less likely to be swayed by external opinions or the need for constant validation. People-pleasing, on the other hand, shifts your focus outward, making you overly concerned with how others perceive you. This preoccupation can lead to compromises that undermine your purpose as you prioritize what others want or expect over what you know is right for you. The tendency to please people often stems from a fear of rejection or conflict. Many people seek to avoid discomfort by saying yes when they mean no, or by agreeing to things that conflict with their values or priorities. While this may create temporary harmony, it comes at a cost. Each time you prioritize someone else's approval over your purpose, you move further away from your true path. Over time, this can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and a sense of being lost or unfulfilled. Purpose requires courage, the courage to disappoint others when necessary, and the courage to stay committed to your vision even when it is not widely understood or supported. People-pleasing often involves spreading yourself too thin, trying to be everything to everyone. In doing so, you dilute your energy and lose the focus needed to make meaningful progress toward your goals. Purpose, on the other hand, demands focus and intentionality. It requires you to channel your energy into the things that truly matter, even if it means saying no to certain opportunities or relationships. This does not mean being selfish or disregarding others' needs. Rather, it means recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. By staying true to your purpose, you can have a greater impact and bring more value to the people and causes that matter most. Another consequence of people-pleasing is that it often leads to inauthenticity. When you are constantly trying to meet others' expectations, you may find yourself acting in ways that do not align with your true self. This disconnect can be exhausting and can erode your sense of identity over time. Purpose, in contrast, is inherently authentic. It is rooted in your unique talents, passions, and values, and it allows you to live in alignment with who you truly are. When you embrace your purpose, you are free to show up as your genuine self, unburdened by the need to conform to others' expectations. Living a life focused on purpose also fosters resilience. When you are deeply connected to your why, you are better equipped to navigate challenges and setbacks. Purpose gives you a sense of direction and motivates you to keep going, even when the path is difficult. People-pleasing, on the other hand, leaves you vulnerable to the whims and opinions of others. When your sense of worth is tied to external validation, it becomes fragile and easily shaken. True resilience comes from within, from a deep belief in your purpose and your ability to fulfill it, regardless of external circumstances. Relationships are often at the heart of the conflict between purpose and people-pleasing. It can be tempting to prioritize the happiness of others, especially those you care about, over your own goals and aspirations. However, truly healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, not on self-sacrifice or constant accommodation. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you inspire others to do the same. You set an example of authenticity and courage that can strengthen your relationships and create deeper connections. People-pleasing, by contrast, often leads to resentment and imbalance, as one person continually sacrifices their needs and desires for the sake of the other. Another important distinction between purpose and people-pleasing is the impact each has on your long-term fulfillment. Purpose provides a sense of meaning and satisfaction that cannot be achieved through external validation alone. It allows you to look back on your life with pride, knowing that you stayed true to your values and made a difference in the areas that mattered most to you. People-pleasing, on the other hand, often leads to regret. When you spend your life trying to meet others' expectations, you risk losing sight of what truly matters to you. The approval of others is fleeting, but the fulfillment that comes from living your purpose is enduring. In choosing purpose over people-pleasing, it is essential to recognize that saying no to others is not the same as rejecting them. It is about setting boundaries that protect your time, energy, and values. These boundaries are not acts of selfishness, but acts of self-respect and clarity. When you honor your purpose, you give others permission to do the same. You create space for authentic relationships and meaningful contributions, rather than shallow interactions based on the need for approval. Ultimately, living a purpose-driven life requires intentionality and self-awareness. It requires you to make decisions that align with your values and priorities, even when they are difficult or unpopular. People-pleasing may provide temporary comfort, but it is a distraction from the deeper, more fulfilling work of living a life guided by purpose. The choice between purpose and people-pleasing is not always easy, but it is one that defines the trajectory of your life and the legacy you leave behind. Growth is a universal desire shared by all who seek to improve themselves, achieve success, or make a meaningful impact in life. Yet, while the idea of growth is appealing, the process is often misunderstood. Growth does not happen automatically or effortlessly. It requires intentionality, persistence, and above all, discipline. Discipline is the foundation upon which all growth is built. It is the ability to stay committed to a goal even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. Without discipline, the desire for growth remains just that, a desire untethered from the actions needed to bring it to fruition. Discipline begins with consistency. Growth is not achieved through sporadic bursts of effort, but through steady, deliberate action over time. Whether it is learning a new skill, improving a relationship, or advancing in a career, progress is made through small, consistent steps that build upon one another. Discipline ensures that these steps are taken even when the journey feels slow or the results seem distant. It helps to overcome the natural tendency to seek instant gratification, teaching instead the value of delayed rewards. Consistency turns effort into habit, and habit is the engine of growth. Discipline also requires focus. In a world filled with distractions, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Growth demands the ability to prioritize, to distinguish between what is important and what is merely urgent. Discipline helps you stay aligned with your goals, resisting the pull of competing interests or short-term temptations. It allows you to channel your energy and resources into the activities that yield the most significant results, rather than scattering them across a multitude of directions. Focused effort, sustained over time, produces exponential growth that unfocused effort can never achieve. Another critical aspect of discipline is the ability to embrace discomfort. Growth often requires stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking risks, and facing challenges that test your limits. Discipline provides the courage to confront these obstacles rather than avoid them. It reminds you that discomfort is not a sign of failure but a necessary part of the process. Each challenge overcome, each fear faced, and each difficulty endured strengthens your character and expands your capacity for growth. Without discipline, the discomfort of growth can feel overwhelming, leading to stagnation or retreat. With discipline, discomfort becomes a stepping stone to greater achievement. Discipline also fosters resilience. The path to growth is rarely smooth or linear. It is often marked by setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. Discipline equips you with the mental fortitude to persevere through these challenges, to learn from them, and to keep moving forward. It teaches you to view failure not as an endpoint, but as a valuable opportunity for learning and improvement. Resilience born of discipline transforms obstacles into opportunities, ensuring that temporary setbacks do not derail your progress. Moreover, discipline is essential for self-mastery. Growth requires not only external achievements but also internal development. It involves cultivating qualities such as patience, humility, and self-awareness, which enable you to navigate life's complexities with wisdom and grace. Discipline helps you resist the impulses and distractions that undermine your progress, allowing you to act in alignment with your values and long-term goals. It empowers you to take control of your actions, thoughts, and emotions rather than being controlled by them. This self-mastery is the hallmark of true growth, as it lays the foundation for success in all areas of life. Another important dimension of discipline is accountability. Growth is often a solitary journey, but it is also a communal one. Discipline involves holding yourself accountable to the commitments you have made, whether to yourself or to others. It means taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences, owning your successes and failures alike. Accountability fosters integrity, as it requires you to act in accordance with your principles even when no one is watching. It also strengthens your relationships, as others come to trust your reliability and dedication. Ultimately, learning to say no is about taking ownership of your life. It is about making conscious choices that reflect your values, priorities, and goals. It is about recognizing that you have the right to protect your time and energy, and that doing so is not selfish but necessary. Saying no is not always easy, especially in a world that often pressures us to say yes, but it is a skill that pays dividends in the form of clarity, balance, and fulfillment. When you learn to say no, you reclaim your power, align your actions with your purpose, and create the space needed to thrive. Balancing grace with strength is a profound yet often challenging endeavor, requiring the integration of qualities that seem to stand in contrast but are in reality deeply complementary. Grace embodies qualities like kindness, compassion, humility, and empathy. It reflects an openness to others, a willingness to forgive, and the ability to handle situations with poise and gentleness. Strength, on the other hand, represents resilience, assertiveness, determination, and the power to stand firm in the face of adversity. Together, these qualities create a harmony that allows one to navigate life with integrity, courage, and humanity. Grace without strength can lead to passivity or being overly accommodating, while strength without grace can come across as harsh or domineering. The true power of these traits lies in their balance. When grace and strength work together, they enable individuals to uphold their values and principles while remaining compassionate and understanding toward others. This balance is not only essential for personal growth, but also for building meaningful relationships and contributing positively to the world around us. To balance grace with strength, one must first cultivate self-awareness. This involves understanding your own tendencies and recognizing when you lean too heavily toward one side. Some people naturally gravitate toward grace, prioritizing harmony and kindness even at the expense of their own needs or boundaries. Others may default to strength, valuing independence and assertiveness, but struggling to express vulnerability or empathy. Self-awareness allows you to identify these patterns and make conscious choices to bring the two qualities into alignment. Balancing grace with strength often begins with learning how to assert yourself without losing your sense of compassion. This means being clear and firm about your boundaries and beliefs while remaining respectful and empathetic toward others. For example, saying no to a request does not require harshness or defensiveness. It can be done with kindness and understanding. Similarly, addressing a conflict or disagreement can be an opportunity to stand up for your values while also seeking common ground and honoring the other person's perspective. In challenging situations, balancing grace and strength requires a combination of emotional intelligence and inner resilience. Emotional intelligence enables you to navigate complex interactions with sensitivity and tact, while resilience allows you to stay grounded and true to yourself despite external pressures. Together, these qualities help you respond to adversity with both courage and composure. For instance, when faced with criticism, grace allows you to listen with an open mind and humility, while strength enables you to discern constructive feedback from unwarranted negativity and to stand firm in your self-worth. Balancing grace with strength also involves embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as a weakness, but in reality, it is a profound expression of both grace and strength. It takes courage to admit your fears, mistakes, or limitations and to open yourself to connection and understanding. Vulnerability fosters trust and authenticity in relationships, allowing others to see your humanity and encouraging them to share their own. At the same time, it requires strength to remain vulnerable while facing the risk of rejection or misunderstanding. This delicate interplay of grace and strength is what makes vulnerability such a transformative force. Another key aspect of balancing grace with strength is the ability to adapt to different situations and relationships. Life is dynamic, and the appropriate balance between grace and strength can vary depending on the context. For example, in a leadership role, you may need to exhibit strength by making difficult decisions and holding others accountable, while also showing grace by listening to your team's concerns and offering support. In personal relationships, you may need to demonstrate grace through forgiveness and patience, while also asserting your boundaries and advocating for your needs. The ability to adjust your approach while staying true to your core values is a hallmark of emotional maturity and wisdom. Balancing grace with strength is also about cultivating a deep sense of inner peace and confidence. When you are secure in your sense of self, you are less likely to overcompensate with either excessive grace or excessive strength. Inner peace allows you to extend grace to others without feeling threatened or diminished, while confidence enables you to assert yourself without aggression or defensiveness. This balance creates a sense of harmony within yourself, which in turn radiates outward and positively influences your interactions with others. Practicing gratitude and humility can further enhance the balance between grace and strength. Gratitude fosters a sense of appreciation and openness, helping you approach life with a spirit of grace. Humility reminds you that strength is not about dominance or control, but about the ability to lift others up and contribute to the greater good. Together, these qualities keep you grounded and aligned with your values, ensuring that your strength is tempered by kindness and your grace is supported by resolve. Ultimately, balancing grace with strength is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth and self-reflection. It requires a commitment to cultivating both qualities within yourself and applying them with intention and discernment in your daily life. This balance allows you to navigate the complexities of life with integrity and compassion, to stand firm in your convictions while remaining open to others, and to face challenges with both courage and grace. By integrating these qualities, you create a foundation for authentic living, meaningful connections, and a life of purpose and impact.